Definitely interesting on this video here. He's really good on studying the Constitution, how everything works. Alright, and it seems to me he's brutally honest, and when he said he missed something, he usually means it at the bottom of his heart. I think this man right here is full-fledged invested into getting our common law constitution back. And now, that being said, I am not an attorney. So whatever this man says, or I say, is really just opinion based only. Okay? You must get an attorney if you're not of age majority. Okay? If you're an adult, get an attorney. But if you're age and majority, then you're going to have to be responsible for your actions. Sometimes it's a benefit, and sometimes it's a loss. But keep pressing on, pressing loud, and pressing hard. Alright? Let's check what he had to say this time.
Bill Henshaw here again, Constitutional Coop Headquarters, more in the way of current events. And this one's an interesting one because I've recently come across, and this is a mega culpa for me, because I'm well aware of the California District Court. For those of you out here, you won't see it in the Constitution of 1879, but the Constitution of 1849 does have it, and we now have documentary proof from the Office of the Secretary of State that Constitution hasn't been...
I'm going to have to double check on that date because I thought it was 1871. Okay, he's saying it's 1879. He's way more up to date than I am, and I may have just got the dates wrong, and if I got it wrong, I apologize. It may be 1879. But just to update y'all, okay? Either 1871 or 1879, the Constitution was changed for the United States of the, let me scratch that, y'all. In 1871, the Constitution was changed, okay? It reads now, Constitution of the United States, and that's the key word, all right? Before then, it was Constitution for the United States. Now remember, for is to hold them accountable, all right? And of means they're outside of their authority. It's just a guide, okay? It's not demanding them to follow the Constitution. When it says for, it's demanding them to follow it. So that for and of is very important in whether it's legalese or whether it's lawful. Okay, so I have to really check on that one. I still keep on thinking it's 1871 for some reason. Okay, anyway, we'll proceed forward.
Repealed. Therefore, Article 6, Section 1 establishes the District Court as a constitutional common law court recognized contemporaneously by the California Supreme Court ex parte Nolles 5 Cal 300. What I missed was Article 6, Section 5 that talks about the district judge, not the Superior Court judge, not a magistrate, not anybody. And this judge is elected by the qualified electors of the state. Now, at that time, it may be that there was a district court that covered more than one or even two counties because California wasn't widely populated then. That's not the point. The point is that's a common law constitutional court that we have a right to be in day one. Screw the traffic court, the probate court, the tax court, FTV. We get before this court, these government officials in these de facto departments can't even come in there. That's where our relief is, and we make all of our constitutional arguments unopposed. And if need be, order the district judge to do his sworn duty to be bound by this Constitution. This is what I think is going to work. My goodness, it's been there.
Now, that being said, y'all, you heard me on other past videos. The Article 6 for USC 101, they don't fill that oath of office out. And without that correct oath of office, all other oaths are void. Okay, what they call null and void. Alright? And it must have their full legal birth name. And it cannot have "so help me God." Okay? Biden, if he did the correct oath of office, it would be the 17th president. And this is how serious that oath is, which Biden and Trump and all that would be the Article 2 oath of office, by the way. Alright? But these local judges and your sheriffs and your police officers, your governor, any and all of your state representatives must sign the Article 6, which none of them has done. What does that mean, y'all? It means we do not actually have a certified, a lawful form of government. And that includes our Supreme Courts, by the way.
Along, and I'm embarrassed to admit that I simply missed Section 5 before about a week or so ago. Now that we know, I'm sending out letters, and you can get a courtesy copy of the letter I'm sending. Send me email for information on my modestly priced constitutional defense document packets. uwinnincourt@gmail.com. Complimentary letter to the county clerk here in California, or the functional equivalent in your jurisdiction, because the really exciting part is any state admitted into this union up to and including Minnesota in 1859 has to have the same setup one way or another, because we're entitled to judicial courts from day one, and you're going to be looking around for a cold day in hell before you find one in your jurisdiction. At least overtly find it there. And that's the problem. Once we find this, now I'm preparing a document I'm going to add to my trial court packet, a petition to remove your case from whatever court it's in, family court, probate court, to the district court. And if we get that done, a lot of this BS gets cut out right along with it, because now you're in there with full rights secured by the Constitution, and these legislatures in which we're not represented at all, ever think about that? I mean, consent of the governed here, they don't have it. And we can prove it in our court, and they will be paying attention, because this court is their boss. This is a constitutional court, not this statutory BS crap they've been getting us into for the last 150 odd years. So as events develop, I'll have more to say about it. But as I said, for a courtesy copy of the letter I'm sending to the county clerk here, and the equivalent wherever it is you are, send me an email, uwinnincourt@gmail.com. And in addition, we'll be taking the position in other states, beginning with Nebraska in 1861, and that states with a quotation mark. We can argue the same situation exists, because they've been fraudulently purporting to be states for all of this time. And we're going to take them at their word. If you're a state, then this remedy has to exist. No judicial courts, no states. All the laws on the books are bills of attainder at the very least. Taking of life, liberty, or property without judicial process. You start making arguments like this and get away from civil rights, we're going to be a hell of a lot better off. said, remember to subscribe, tell your friends, like the videos, send me an email for information, youwinnincourt@gmail.com. And we all have to get out there and work together, cut out this divide and conquer crap they've been doing for way too long. Get on the same page, Americans, Africans, Asians, and courts that have jurisdiction and where we have enforceable rights. The sooner we do that, the sooner we get the bastards off our back. Thank you.
Alright, so y'all subscribe to him, and his videos are really short but really clear. Okay? I read a couple of documents, and when I talked about the Article 6, he actually brings up that on some of the documents. Okay? The document I read did bring out the Article 6. And now I do change it a little bit to benefit me. Because I stand as a man, all right, and I use his documents. I say I use, but I use some of it to bring out the Supreme Court's and court's opinions or rulings, is what y'all like to call it. But I do the standing as a man, and I use these courts for them, not for me. Okay, the Constitution is for the government. Okay, and I've talked about this in other videos, so I won't stretch it out any longer than that, y'all. Alright, do so for We the People News. Interesting. I like this one. Okay? He is absolutely correct. We need to get our common law back and get out of this codes and statutes, which is policies. I know they make policies, and I know they say laws, and I know they say codes and statutes, right? But when it's all said and done with, codes and statutes are policies. They are rules that the government must follow, not the people. What they did is threw out a fishing line with a worm on there, and we the people took the bait, and they caught us. We've been completely misled, and because we are ignorant of the law, they said we have no excuse. What about them? For some of you cop watchers out there may see my videos, don't forget, laws apply to them too. They got qualified immunity. But if you can get them, if you throw a fishing line out there and you trap them with that worm, and they give you consent or mislead themselves into this situation, right? First thing, use the same thing that they use against you. When the officer pulls you over. Officer, anything you say or do can and will be held against you in a court of law. Do not put mute or pause your body cam. That is for evidence to be able to protect myself, and you are conflicting harm upon I am man, or you guys can just say your names and all that. I would just do I am man. Okay? Because I'm not a person. Now, some of you guys read Press On, or seen Press On and all that. I agree with most of what he says. The one thing I don't agree on, okay, and I'm not cutting him down, but a man must work to feed his family. Okay? And I may be misunderstanding him, but the way he seems to be when he's in a totally private is that he don't have to work, which that is false. Man must work to take care of his family. And this commerce and all that kind of stuff is misleading. If I buy a truckload of rocks to turn around and resell, that is a private matter between me and the customers, because income is what you call profits. But if I make money and pay my bills with all that money, I did not make profit. Okay? It gets a little bit more technical than that, and I cannot get any deeper than that, y'all. That'd probably be a period of time, okay? Because this stuff, the way they tricked us and all that, they have, man, I don't know how many ways of, what's the words that cops use? Bait us. Okay? They keep on talking about how we bait them. No, they're baiting us. Every question they use is for you to make a claim. When you make a claim, it is an argument. Alright, this is for We the People News. Bye, y'all.